8th season, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And it was nice to see those folks dancing in the streets there, and a couple weeks they'll be doing it again.
Yes, that's right. And hopefully the weather cooperates. I mean, weather cooperated for the wine in the wilderness on Saturday.
It was nice.
Beautiful weather for that. And the summer-like conditions will arrive for today into the next few days. But how warm it start? Well, let's take a live look at first in Oneonta from our camera at Top Hartwick College. Overcast skies, some lingering spotty rain showers, but those will diminish and the clouds will give way to a bit more sunshine. As we take a live look at our satellite feed right now, noticing the thicker clouds are exiting to the east and just some thin cloud layers remaining in the areas to the west. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. You can see the remnant rain showers from that short wave we mentioned yesterday exiting to the south, and of course again dry weather moving in from the west. And that'll be the main story for today, with high temperatures climbing up to the low to mid 80s. It'll feel a lot more like summertime, and on top of that, so will the humidity be returning as well. But today will be mainly dry. There's a better chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm tomorrow or Wednesday. And looking at the long-term pattern, this might not be the overall trend for the entire week. We'll talk about that temperature trend and whether we're going to see completely dry weather in the full 7 days in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A mass shooting in Akron, Ohio.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. The time now is 5:11. As you just saw in the Cavie Tower camera, we've got overcast skies, but a pretty mild start to the day. But how will things shape up as you head out to work? Well, let's take a look at the Munson CommuteCast. First off, a live look at traffic flow data coming in as we speak. We do have an accident to report along I-90. This one is in the eastbound direction of I-90, right near exit 32 and Cider Street near Westmoreland. But again, so far, this is not looking to impact travel. We're seeing green, meaning normal drive conditions at this point. No slowdowns. So that usually means that there are no lanes blocked. So eastbound, Verona to Utica, drive time still looking okay. Same thing for the rest of central New York, as there are no more accidents to report as of now. And of course, with the dry weather this morning and potentially just a few spots of some lingering rain showers, these aren't impacting travel conditions heading out to work. And then finally, look at those drive times for lastly in Otsego County and north of Utica. And so for today, well, we're talking about temperatures in the mild side this morning. Upper 50s, low 60s, humidity on the rise, and temperatures also on the rise with some sunshine by this afternoon and highs in the low to mid 80s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Communities across the world came together on Sunday.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Hope everyone had a great weekend. The weather cooperated for the most part, with only some light rain showers arriving last night. And a few of them are still sticking around this morning, but they are winding down. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica. Overcast skies over much of central New York, but overall, we'll start to see those isolated showers exit the region and dry weather move in with some more sunshine as well. Temperatures climbing quickly today from the low 60s, upper 50s to as high as the low to mid 80s. And it will feel a lot more like summertime with higher humidity as well. And in fact, taking a look at the radar at this point, we can see the remnant rain showers right here, and they are starting to weaken as more. So for the most part, just some light drizzle and sprinkles, the main rain coverage this morning. Now, how is the rest of the work week shaping up rain-wise? Well, for today, it's mainly dry. A few pop-up showers primarily stay generally outside of central New York. But tomorrow and Wednesday, a better shot for a pop-up thunderstorm. Remember, with higher heat and higher humidity, it's a lot easier for a random stray thunderstorm to pop up out of nowhere, even without any forcing, without any front. So this is what we're going to be expecting for tomorrow and for Wednesday. And then widespread rain showers arrive on Thursday, thunderstorms as well, as a frontal boundary pushes through our region. And still, it's going to feel a bit more humid as well between Tuesday through Thursday. Higher humidity today, starting out muggy, but you'll begin to notice the higher humidity throughout the next few days. And temperatures, again, climbing into the mid 80s by tomorrow, low 80s by Wednesday, and then a slight cool down as we approach the end of the work week. And our Skycast picking up on those rain showers to the south. They wind down, sunshine moves in, temperatures quickly climbing to the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. With sunshine, you can see here maybe a stray pop-up shower generally outside our local viewing area. And then by the overnight hours, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows will fall down into the low 60s, upper 50s. And then for tomorrow, same sort. We have temperatures in the 80s, a mix of sunshine and clouds, and a few stray pop-up showers and thunderstorms, which will be a similar trend as you approach Wednesday. But for today, though, highs low to mid 80s, plenty of sunshine, summer-like weather. By tonight, we're down into the upper 50s with mainly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, a pop-up shower or thunderstorm tomorrow, Wednesday, but it's mainly dry. A better chance for thunderstorms Thursday. Unfortunately, though, the trend turns rainy and cooler for Friday and into next weekend. So let's enjoy the summer-like weather while we have it, Gary.
We'll definitely enjoy it today.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:20. Still ahead on Sunrise 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And another beautiful day. It's like a broken record.
Broken record, and today we'll be feeling a lot more like summertime. Upper 70s to as high as the mid 80s.
Wow.
Humidity on the rise as well. That's the most notable thing. Where the weekend it was dry,
Yeah,
it was beautiful weather, but again, we'll start to feel a lot more like summertime. In fact, a live look in Oneonta, taking a look back at this camera because there's a bit more cloud cover in the far distance, some patchy fog than in the past half hour or so. And this is mainly due to some damp conditions in parts of the southern valleys as rain showers begin to taper off. A live look at our satellite feed right now. The good news is that the thicker clouds you can see are exiting our region to the east near Boston, the Atlantic coast, while here locally a few thinner clouds are moving in. And some remnant rain showers, as you just saw in the Oneonta camera, pushing through parts of these southern valleys. But that's really about it rain-wise for today as temperatures climb to as high as the low to mid 80s. Humidity on the rise as well, feeling a lot more like a summer-like day. And this trend of temperatures will continue for the next few days, be it a little bit less completely dry as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday. But following that, we have a bit of a cool down expected for the second half of the work week. We'll talk about that cool down and rain chances in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The political fallout continues.
Welcome back. Happy Monday, everyone. As we take a look at our photo of the day today, this one was submitted with a question asking, what am I seeing in the sky? And initially, this is a very confusing thing to look at, almost like a tornado, but the clouds look like they're stretched. It's called a fall streak, and this is something that doesn't happen too often, at least in my experience seeing this here in central New York, but it's a semi-naturally occurring phenomenon. For example, these are thin ice clouds way up in the sky. However, with high pressure, the air is stabilizing. Get just the right passing plane or just a right minor wind gust, and this air will start to sink. And you'll notice it kind of form into a bit of a whirlpool as it starts to sink way down from the sky. So again, this is not a tornado. This will not cause any severe weather, but it's something very interesting submitted to us from Munnsville. So that's a bit of an explanation on what you're seeing if you did see it in the sky on Friday of last week. And now to the temperatures this morning. in the 50s and 60s. 61 degrees in Whitesboro, 60 Little Falls, 57 degrees up in Lake Pleasant. So it's a mild start to the day today, and this will be a pretty warm stretch of weather for the next few days. Again, today, low to mid 80s, tomorrow mid 80s, and then by Wednesday, low 80s once more. Then we start to cool down as we head into the end of the work week. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Whitesboro native Ben Schrantz was
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 5:48, and it's a relatively dry start to the day today with few lingering clouds and sunshine moving out as we head into the next several hours. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Overcast skies. Temperatures in the low 60s, some spots upper 50s in the higher elevations. And we do climb into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon, feeling a lot more like summertime. And along with that, too, the humidity will also be on the rise. Muggy conditions today and even more humid conditions as we approach the next several days. And a live look at the Artful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are still seeing some remnant rain showers come to an end in parts of the southern valleys, but that's really about it. So aside from some patchy fog, there really should be no impact expected for your morning commute. And as we take a look at the rain chances over the next few days, today is mainly dry, an isolated pop-up shower possible, but I think those showers will stay outside of our central New York area. A better shot Tuesday and Wednesday. Reminder though, as we get warmer temperatures and higher humidity in the summertime, it's a lot easier for a stray thunderstorm to pop up right out of nowhere with pretty much no warning. It's pretty much how the climate of Florida works, and when we get high heat and humidity here, that's basically the same mechanism. But on Thursday, we have the best chance of seeing some thunderstorms as a front moves through, and that will engage some thunderstorms to arrive by the late evening. And again, humidity on the rise for the next few days. Humid conditions Tuesday through Thursday, muggy conditions for today. And lastly, regarding temperatures climbing into the mid 80s for the next few days, then a bit of a slight cool down as we approach Thursday and Friday. And so 6 a.m. this morning, we saw a few rain showers to the south. The temperatures will climb into the low to mid 80s with sunshine moving in for this afternoon. And then by tonight, we'll cool back down into the low 60s, upper 50s. And then by tomorrow, sunshine to start, highs climbing already into the mid 80s in some spots by around noontime, 1 p.m. And then a pop-up shower or thunderstorm possible in some locations, primarily in the highest elevations, as the valleys will likely prevent any of the thunderstorms from popping up. But for the next 12 hours, highs climbing into the low to mid 80s. By tonight, we're back down into the low 60s, upper 50s with mainly dry and clear conditions. Your 7-day forecast, a chance for a pop-up thunderstorm tomorrow and Wednesday, then a better chance for some showers and thunderstorms in the second half of the day on Thursday. And that will kick off a overall damp pattern of rain showers and cooler conditions for Friday and into the weekend. But for now, let's enjoy the sunshine, Gary.
That we will. Eric, thanks. All this week, NBC's Today
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
With a nice warm forecast for us.
Yes, that's right. Great weekend. Just some light rain showers overnight. We're back to more sunshine today. The one thing, though, the humidity will be on the rise, feeling a lot more like
summer.
A lot more like summer. Let's take a live look at Oneonta right now from our camera atop Hartwick College. Again, earlier on, there was some overcast skies. Now some patchy fog moving in, as it's still a little bit damp out in parts of the southern valleys as some remnant rain showers continue to push south and east. A live look at our satellite feed right now. You can actually see the thicker clouds exiting towards the Atlantic coast near Boston, and to the north and west, where our weather is arriving from, a bit more in terms of clearing skies. And the radar at this point, you can see the rain showers tapering off for the most part. And beyond this, it still will be a bit damp for the next several hours. Humidity on the rise, but sunshine moving in with temperatures Starting out in the 60s this morning, some outlying areas in the 50s, climbing to the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. So the heat and the humidity on the rise today. Same story for the next few days, for Tuesday and for Wednesday, but the overall longer trend turns a bit cooler and a bit more damp with more rain showers. Talking about that forecast in the full week ahead, straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A mass shooting in Akron, Ohio has left.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:11, and so far it's a pretty mild start to the day. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s, and we're getting you set as you head out the door on your Munson Commute Cast. For starts, a live look at traffic flow data all across central New York, and still as of 6:12, we do have that accident to report on the eastbound direction along I-90. This is right near the exit 32 Cider Street near Westmoreland, and again, so far we've got lots of green in the road, so there's no indication of a lane closure at this point. So if you are heading eastbound from Verona to Utica along that route, things should be pretty okay. Drive time looking normal for that. And no other accidents to report across the region. There's potential for some patchy fog forming in some of those southern valleys as the rain showers do taper off. And again, it's still a bit damp early this morning, but that's really the only impact expected as you head out the door this morning. And so for today, a mild start, temperatures in the 50s and 60s, decreasing clouds, sunshine arrives by this afternoon with highs approaching the low to mid 80s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Communities across the world came together on.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope having a fantastic weekend. The weather cooperated on Saturday. Absolutely gorgeous weather. Same thing for most of Sunday. And then a few rain showers arrived overnight. And we're seeing the remnant of those rain showers as we take a live look at downtown Utica right now. It's dry here in the Mohawk Valley, currently 60 degrees, but in areas to the south, as I'll show in just a second, there is still just a few spots of some lingering light drizzle. But this morning, in Utica, 60 degrees, climbing into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. But something to mention too is the humidity will be on the rise as well, with dew points in the upper 50s to near 60. It will feel a little bit muggy out, and this will be a trend as what we're heading into the next few days. More summer-like weather and of course even warmer temperatures. Now back to that radar, as we can still see here, some remnant spotty light drizzle and rain showers to areas south of the Mohawk Valley, the border right around Route 20, but following this, we'll start to see dry conditions move in by the afternoon. But how long will this dry weather last? Well, following today, Tuesday and Wednesday, with higher heat and higher humidity, it caused the potential for some isolated thunderstorms to pop up here and there, similar to the Florida climate of a stray thunderstorm popping up out of nowhere. No forcing is really necessary for these to form, but a bit on the lower side chance for Tuesday, better chance of Wednesday as even higher humidity arises. And then Thursday, a front arrives from the west, and that will bring with it the chance for some showers and thunderstorms, a bit more widespread and a bit more predictable as well. And of course, humidity on the rise. Muggy today, humid expected Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. And then finally, regarding temperatures, well, it's going to feel a lot more warm for the next few days. Highs in the low to mid 80s for the next few days, and then cooling down into the 70s by Thursday and Friday. And so in our Skycast, we can see the remnant rain showers to areas to the south. These dry out with sunshine moving in and highs approaching the low to mid 80s. Then by tonight, clear skies move in. Heading into tomorrow morning, it's going to be a pretty mild start. Temperatures, again, upper 50s, low 60s, quickly climbing to the low to mid 80s, mid to upper 80s by the afternoon. And you can see here just a few pop-up thunderstorms here and there, not completely widespread, but we can't rule out the chance for it, at least just yet. And so for today, temperatures climbing into the low to mid 80s with plenty of sunshine. By tonight, we're down into the 60s and 50s with mainly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, a pop-up shower or thunderstorm possible tomorrow and Wednesday with summer-like conditions. Then that front moves through Thursday with a better chance for showers and thunderstorms. We cool down, and along with the cool down, better chances for some scattered rain showers Friday and into the weekend. But for now, let's enjoy the sunshine and warmth, Gary.
Put some sunscreen on today.
Yes, definitely need it.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now, 6:20. Still ahead on Sunrise and the News Channel 2.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you like the heat, get ready for today, right?
Yes, summer-like weather returns. We got temperatures in the 80s. Oof. Humidity also on the rise as well, and that'll be something that will be a common trend for over the next few days.
We haven't seen it much until now.
Yeah, the weekend was absolutely beautiful, low humidity, but again, it is on the rise. And this morning, taking a live look outside, although we're forecasting sunshine for today, it doesn't really look quite that way out in Oneonta with some low-lying clouds and overall just cloudy conditions. And as we head throughout the morning, these clouds will exit our region to the south and to the east. As we take a live look at our satellite feed coming in and noticing those thicker whites out to the west, the white cloud tops exiting to, or east, exiting to Boston, with some clearing skies moving in parts of central New York. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're just still seeing some remnant light drizzle and sprinkles moving through the region, but this will gradually taper off and sunshine to move in, and what will be a warm and pleasant afternoon, although the humidity, again, a bit more noticeable today as we approach the low to mid 80s. We got warmer days ahead with even higher humidity and a potential for a pop-up thunderstorm the next few days. We'll talk about those chances, plus the potential for widespread rain and a bit of a cool down as we approach the end of the work week, and that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The political fallout continues.
Welcome back. Happy Monday, everyone. We were taking a look at our photo of the day, and this one was submitted over the weekend, and this rose some questions, rightfully so. It's a very weird cloud formation that was witnessed on Friday over parts of central New York. It's called a Fall Street cloud, and no, this does not mean severe weather, even though it does kind of look like a tornado. This is from clouds way up in the sky, in fact, so cold they are made of ice that when you have a bit of a small wind gust, for example, from a plane, it could influence the air to sink. This usually happens in high pressure, and of course, in meteorology, high pressure means that the air begins to sink, and that is the case right here. That thin cloud ice layer way up in the sky, the clouds began to sink, and this is what occurred over on Friday. Very interesting clouds. I've never seen it in person before until on Friday, but again, this is nothing to worry about. It's just a thing that happens with fair weather and just some ice clouds way up in the sky. If you want to submit a photo like that one, if you have any weather questions with a photo you have, submitted to us on their website, wktv.com/weather/pics. This morning, temperatures starting out pretty mild in the 60s and 50s, 56 inlet, 60 degrees in Hessville, 61 in parts of the Mohawk Valley in Whitesboro and Little Falls. And we'll climb today into the low to mid 80s. But again, we warm up even more heading into Tuesday with highs in the mid to upper 80s. And then following that, low 80s Wednesday, and then a bit of a cool down as we head into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of the coming work week. And again, even though it's slight cool down, we'll start to see higher chances for rain showers. And we'll talk about those rain chances plus potential for storms in the next few days in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Whitesboro native Ben Trance was one of
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Monday, everyone. The time now is 6:49, and so far it's shaping up to be a bit of a mild start to the day. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Let's take a live look outside from our camera on the Nexus Center looking at downtown Utica. A thin layer of overcast skies near the ground, and temperature, again, 61 degrees. So it's a mild start to the day, and this is a tale of what's going to be a very warm one. Temperatures already climbing to the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. It feels a lot more like summertime, not only with the temperatures, but also with the humidity. Factoring in those dew points, it will feel a bit on the muggy side, and of course, feeling a lot more warm and summer-like throughout the day today. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are seeing some remnant rain showers, light drizzle taking place in some parts of the southern valleys at this point, but this will not be the main story today, as sunshine will gradually move in by the late morning and early afternoon, and shaping up to be a pretty nice summer-like day across the region. But as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday, with higher heat and higher humidity, there's a chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm both days. And a reminder that as we approach the summertime months, we talk about pop-up showers and thunderstorms. These things pop up out of nowhere based off of the fact that we have high heat and high humidity. No forcing, no fronts, and these things are not predictable at the time, but we can know if they can form, for example, with the conditions set in place for tomorrow and Wednesday, but not nearly as widespread as the rain showers we're expecting on Thursday, as a front moves through, bringing some showers and thunderstorms and a bit of a cool down. But for now, it's going to be a humid stretch the next few days. Muggy today, humid Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday. And along with that too, again, summer-like temperatures, upper 70s initially in the mid-morning to as high as the low to mid-80s by Monday for today, and then eventually tomorrow and Wednesday. And so on our skycast for now, a spotty shower south, some lingering clouds, sunshine moving in by this afternoon, with temperatures climbing again to the upper 70s to as high as the low to mid-80s. Overall, pretty dry, isolated shower mainly outside of our region, then clear skies tonight, but a mild start. It will be another warm day tomorrow, temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 80s, with a better chance for a stray pop-up thunderstorm here and there by the evening hours. And so for today, summer-like weather. Highs in the low to mid-80s, plenty of sunshine arriving by the afternoon. By tonight, we're down into the 60s and 50s with mainly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. A chance for a pop-up thunderstorm tomorrow and Wednesday. Better chance for showers and storms Thursday, and then a little bit of cool down as you approach Friday and into the weekend with 70s and widespread rain initially Friday, then some scattered showers Saturday and Sunday. But for now, Gary,
Yes?
it's warm and it's sunny for today.
We'll focus on today.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, all this week, NBC's Today.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
With another nice forecast for us.
Yes, that's right. We got sunshine moving in, temperatures climbing into the low to mid-80s.
Wow.
And one thing to mention too, a little bit more humid than we saw over the weekend. It was gorgeous
Yeah, it
weather on
was.
Saturday. Nice weather on Sunday as well. But let's take a look outside right now, because you're probably thinking, well, is it going to be a nice day today? We got clouds. We got damp conditions, and some of you are probably experiencing some light drizzle. Well, this will exit our region to the east, and we'll start to see more sunshine arriving later on today. A live look at our satellite feed right now. The thicker clouds exiting to the south into the east, and thinner clouds arriving from the west. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We've got a few spots of some light rain taking place, generally south of Route 20, but that's really about it rain-wise for this morning. Most of that rain ended up exiting our region overnight. And for today, initially cloudy, now more sunshine arrives by noontime, and very warm conditions by the evening with highs in the low to mid-80s. Again, we're tracking the humidity, how humid it gets over the next few days, and also the chance for some rain showers and thunderstorms in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A mass shooting in Akron.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 7:23, and as we take a look at what we can expect for today, well, although it's a bit mild to start and cloudy skies across the region, sunshine will move in and warm up into the upper 70s to as high as the low to mid-80s. A live look at downtown Utica right now. We've got overcast skies, temperatures hovering in the low 60s, up about 2 degrees since around 5 a.m. this morning. And that warm up will continue over the next several hours, climbing into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. A bit warmer than average. Normal high this time of year at 74 degrees. Now, one thing to mention along with the temperatures is the dew points. The humidity will be on the rise, and it will feel a bit muggy today, and the muggy conditions will remain for the next several days. But for today, though, a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We've got some remnant rain showers coming to an end in areas to the south, and the cloud cover also decreasing as well. And it'll remain mostly dry today. An isolated shower or thunderstorm will primarily stay outside of central New York, but we have a better shot of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm tomorrow and Wednesday. And this is all due to higher temperatures, higher humidity. When you get those two ingredients, a pop-up shower or thunderstorm at random can pop up with just very little forcing in the atmosphere. But a more predictable shower setup will be on Thursday as widespread rain and thunderstorms arrive from the west from a low pressure system. Now, humidity again on the rise today, and it will remain very humid for the next few days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday. And the summer-like heat continues for the middle of the week, but then following that cold front Thursday, we'll start to see a slow decline in temperatures, feeling a lot more like what we usually see this time of year. In fact, some locations feeling a little bit cooler. Our Skycast showing a few spotty showers to the south, mostly cloudy skies. Now sunshine moves in the afternoon and remaining mostly dry as well. Again, isolated shower, but those chances are very low. Then by tonight, clear skies, lows falling down into the low 60s, upper 50s. Warm tomorrow, highs already in the mid 80s by the afternoon. And you can see here a pop-up shower, thunderstorm at random across the region before we do dry out again overnight, and then potentially a few pop-up showers heading into the early morning Wednesday north of the Mohawk Valley. And so for today, temperatures climbing into the low to mid 80s. By tonight, we're down into the 50s and 60s with mainly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. We've got sunshine today, pop-up shower, thunderstorm possible tomorrow and Wednesday, better chance for rain Thursday, continuing into the weekend.
Gaze joining us now, and even though we're still more than 2 weeks away officially starting summer, it's going to feel like that today.
Yeah, summer arriving a little bit early this year, and we've got 80s expected in the next few days, and sunshine, although with the higher humidity, potential for a thunderstorm or two. But before we get to that, though, let's take a live look at downtown Utica right now. And as we mentioned this morning, the clouds will burn off into sunny skies. Now, the clouds a bit more stubborn than our initial forecast. The humidity near the surface is still very high, but there is still clearing taking place, although it's just a little bit more on the delayed side. So we're still expecting evening sunshine, although the clouds still remaining across a lot of the region at this point. Currently 72 in Rome, 68 in Hamilton. We'll continue to climb into the upper 70s to as high as the low to mid 80s in parts of central New York. It's already 81 degrees in Albany with sunshine, 77 up in Saranac Lake. The only thing preventing this warmth from arriving here locally is just these temporary clouds. Again, still expected to burn off over the next few hours. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Although looking entirely quiet, you can detect the humidity near the surface. A lot of that light green indicating dampness across the region. And for today, although initially cloudy, we'll see some of these clouds burn off and sunshine arrive as we reach the upper 70s to low 80s by this afternoon. Following that, clear skies tonight, and we're tracking the warmth continuing into the middle of the work week, but then maybe a cool down as we head into Thursday and Friday. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Longtime Democratic Congresswoman Sheila Jackson.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. The time now is 12:10 and we are taking a look right now at downtown Utica. Matter of fact, up in the sky as these clouds we mentioned this morning are still stubbornly sticking around over parts of the region. But blue skies are on the way, although just on a few hour delay at this point. And now currently in downtown Utica, it's 71 degrees, so still a pretty nice afternoon so far, but the humidity is still on the rise. Now look at some other local temperatures. Near 80 already in Dolgeville, 76 Little Falls, where the sun is shining. It is warming up very quickly. Now, where the clouds are still sticking around, a little cooler as we head to the Southern Valley. 69 Sherburne, 70 in Cooperstown, and 66 degrees in Oneonta. And we can see some of this moisture in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Just some patches, some light green here and there. But again, we're not talking about anything notable regarding rain showers for the daytime today. Now, how does the rest of the day shape up? Well, we climb quickly into the upper 70s to low 80s by this afternoon. Humidity still remaining noticeable, and it will continue to rise as we approach the overnight hours, with dew points reaching the low 60s. Now, that also means muggy conditions lingering into the next few days. So, dry weather, well, today, yes, maybe for Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, it's mainly dry, but there is a potential for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm to form. Again, with higher heat and high humidity, it's very easy for a quick updraft to form into a thunderstorm, similar as we usually see in summertime, the garden variety storms. So you're still pretty good for mowing tomorrow and Wednesday, but the best day is going to be today, and the MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Temperatures in the next few days feeling very summer-like. Today, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Then for tomorrow and Wednesday, same thing, looking at 80-degree temperatures. But then following that, we cool down into the 70s by Thursday and Friday. And so in our skycast, the stubborn clouds right now do eventually burn off, with sunshine arriving by this evening and temperatures climbing into the low to mid 80s. Now, following that, by tonight, clear skies, lows only falling into the upper 50s to low 60s, a very warm start. And we climb again, even warmer tomorrow, into the mid to even potentially upper 80s in some spots. But you can see here, we're not entirely dry. Pop-up thunderstorm, but most of the region is not seeing that thunderstorm. Just a reminder, though, that the risk is still going to be there. But for today, though, we're tracking partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 80s. By tonight, mostly clear, with temperatures falling into the upper 50s, low 60s. 7-day forecast. A chance of a pop-up thunderstorm tomorrow and Wednesday. Better chance for showers and storms Thursday as a front moves through. And that sets off a cooler and more damp pattern of weather lingering into Friday and for the weekend. So a tale of two different weeks. We got more, I would say, late April, warmer than late April, but rain showers, and then summer-like conditions for the start of the work week.
So we should enjoy today while we have it.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, now to the results of the historic election. Now, and Eric, it feels like a little bit like midsummer today.
Oh yeah, easily. Midsummer across the region, although I think the main thing is the humidity. That's what's feeling a lot more summer-like. And in fact, if you are heading out to the Go the Distance race this evening, in fact, look at what you can expect temperature-wise. Upper 70s, low 80s, warm and humid with decreasing clouds still. I know the clouds are stubborn right now, but they will continue to decrease as the afternoon continues on. In fact, a live look at downtown Utica, still a bit overcast, but beyond these mid-level clouds, blue skies directly above. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. You can notice the dampness in the air right now with some patches of light green indicating the high humidity. And that'll be the case for the next few days. High humidity, temperatures in the upper 70s today, low 80s. Even more 80-degree temperatures expected for tomorrow and Wednesday. But following that, we could see a little bit of a cool down as we approach the end of the work week. We'll talk about that cool down and those rain chances straight ahead. Gary?
Thanks. Rudy Giuliani, former President Trump's former lawyer, has already had his law.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. The time now is 12:41 and the clouds across the region are still remaining pretty stubborn, but it does feel warm out, and on top of that, the humidity is definitely still on the rise. A live look at downtown Utica at this point. Still looking at cloudy skies across the region, and while I'm still here, I want to see if I can load up some pictures of the area around central New York. I appear to have not found that at this time, but what I can tell you is the temperatures again this afternoon still in the 70s and 60s. 74 in Westmoreland, 76 Lake Pleasant, 80 degrees. Finally hit that mark in Dolgeville. Warmer as you head down into Herkimer County, into the Fulton Montgomery County area. And in the southern valleys, 73 Cooperstown, 72 Sherburne, 70 Oneonta. So the clouds are keeping things a little cooler, but regardless, these clouds will burn off within the next few hours. More sunshine arises, and it will feel definitely like a midsummer evening across central New York. The radar, of course, is pretty quiet and dry, aside from the radar picking up on the elevated moisture in the atmosphere, along with that humidity. And as I mentioned, this evening, upper 70s, low 80s, very warm, very humid across all of central New York. And with the high temperatures and high humidity today, it's actually pretty dry. So I recommend if you want to do some yard work, today might be your best bet. Tomorrow and Wednesday, I mean, yes, you can mow the lawn. Just a reminder, though, that there could be an isolated pop-up thunderstorm later on in the evening both days. But the weather favors mainly dry weather. Just a heads up that the best day will be today, but you could still manage to do some yard work tomorrow and Wednesday. Not complete washouts, at least nowhere near that. And temperatures the next few days, upper 70s today, low 80s, mid 80s by tomorrow, and low 80s by Wednesday. Bit of a cool down, though, as we head to the end of the week by Thursday and Friday. And so our skycast stubborn clouds giving way to some peaks of sunshine by this evening. Temperatures reaching the low to potentially mid 80s in some spots. That the sun is still trying its best to shine. By tonight, with the high content of water in the atmosphere, we're not cooling down by much. Even with clear skies, lows will fall down only into the upper 50s, low 60s. A mild start to the day, a warm day tomorrow with partly cloudy skies. And you can see here, potential for an isolated thunderstorm here. Although, even though there's skycast, it shows little exact locations there. It will be a bit more unpredictable in nature. So, with the high heat, high humidity, a reminder, though, that as we enter the summertime months, pop-up thunderstorms are possible, similar to that Florida climate that you usually see in the summertime with that high heat and humidity. And so for today, partly cloudy, temperatures in the 80s. And then by tonight, mostly clear skies with lows falling down into the upper 50s, low 60s. 7-day forecast. Mid-80s by tomorrow, still looking in the 80s by Wednesday. Chance for an isolated thunderstorm both days. Then a better chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. And that will bring with it cooler temperatures and a better shot for cloudy skies and rain showers throughout the day. So although we're talking about rain showers that are on the week, for now, let's focus on the sunshine and warmth.
Yeah, well said. We'll get out there today and enjoy it. Eric, thanks. We turn now to one of the first shark attacks of the summer.
The forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. We saw the sun was shining. It's going to be a little humid for the runners.
Yeah, it's going to be a warm evening here in central New York. The weather stays on the warm side. If you're going to be going out for a jog this evening, again, like Jason mentioned, stay hydrated. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s. It is going to be a warm evening ahead. Our current temperature is 79 degrees. The dew point is up to 59. So it does feel on the humid side. It's not as the high levels of humidity we would see in the middle of the summer, but it's getting there. So again, it is turning a bit more uncomfortable out there. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's dry. The weather remains very summer-like over the next couple of days, but there is a big pattern change ahead, and it begins on Thursday with showers and thunderstorms, much cooler weather as we head into the weekend. So big changes this week, but again, it's very summer-like for the short term. Temperatures in the 70s this evening. We're tracking that warm weather. And what's to come, look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
2 drivers allegedly involved in some sort of
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking some very warm weather over the next couple of days, but a big pattern change is on the horizon as we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, things look pretty quiet across the region. A live look in downtown Utica. This is a look at our Nexus camera. That is a gorgeous shot. 78 degrees, sunshine, warm, and turning increasingly more humid as we head into the next couple of days. As we look at the air conditioning forecast, if you have the air conditioner, you're going to want to use it over the next few days. We've got some very warm weather ahead. Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures climbing into the mid-80s. Again, it's also more humid. Probably feel more like upper 80s here, especially in the afternoon. On Thursday, that's the day things start to change. The air conditioner will become something you probably won't need as we head into the weekend. Much cooler weather on the way. If you need to get the lawn cut and if you can work around the warm weather, early tomorrow is better than later in the day because there could be a few pop-up showers or thunderstorms. Wednesday looks dry. Thursday goes down as a no, as we're expecting more widespread wet weather along with some thunder and lightning. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Temperatures today, again, on the warm side, 83 in Dolgeville, 83 in Little Falls, across the southern valleys, Sherburne 79, Cooperstown 78, and Skinevus with 75. A lovely day today, all thanks to high pressure. We've had a pretty nice weekend, and again, things are going to be staying very warm here for the short term, but eventually this cold front to the west will catch up with us on Thursday, and the weather patterns are going to rearrange themselves. We're going to have a big area of low pressure that drops in, a big drop of the jet stream, and the weather later in the week will be very different. Our Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, again, tonight it looks warm. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. You could probably open up the windows tonight and cool off the house naturally as we drop down into the upper 50s. Tomorrow, a warm day. You're going to want to close those windows, though, if you do that, because we're looking at temperatures in the mid-80s. There's a slight chance for a pop-up shower or a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Tomorrow night, a very warm and muggy night. Overnight lows in the mid-60s. And then Wednesday also looks pretty nice and warm with high temperatures in the mid-80s. Mostly clear tonight, low of 58. A warm and humid day tomorrow, an isolated storm, 86 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Warm on Wednesday, 85. A cold front arrives Thursday. Showers, thunderstorms, locally heavy rain, 77. On Friday, showers around for the ride for missing children. Temperatures in the low 70s, and it's a very unsettled weather pattern as we head into the weekend. Look at temperatures in the upper 60s, so kind of on the cooler side here.
Right, right. We get used to the mid-80s, then all of a sudden it changes
It's
again.
going to feel chilly. Yeah.
All right. Bill, thank you. It's been a long, once again, to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A great night for ice cream. If you're going to be heading out, the weather looks perfect. It's warm, it's humid, so you're going to want to eat it fast. Otherwise, it's going to be a pile of liquid here as temperatures climb into the low 80s this evening. As we take a look at the temperature trend, well, first of all, it's going to be dry. It should be a very lovely evening here as we take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Warm temperatures over the next 2 days will be in the mid-80s tomorrow as well as Wednesday, and then things change. It begins on Thursday. A strong cold front arrives, much cooler weather ahead along with wet and cloudy conditions. Enjoy this evening. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s. It will be a warm one, but a dry one. Tonight's featured dog, Remy, ready for summer from Little Falls. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking some wet weather ahead. Look at the forecasts coming out. Kristen, back to you.
After a successful Pride Fest.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A lovely day today. Temperatures warming up into the upper 70s, and it's turning noticeably more humid. We do have some humidity in the forecast. It's not going to feel as humid as it would be in the middle of the summer, but it will feel muggy over the next couple of days. Live look in downtown Utica, 78 degrees, sunshine, a lovely day, lovely weather to grill. The weather should cooperate over the next couple of days. Very summer-like temperatures in the mid-80s expected both tomorrow as well as Wednesday. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. If you're heading out this evening, we're expecting dry weather. The next couple of days generally dry, although we will be having a better chance for rain looking ahead. With June now upon us here, I wanted to take a moment to look at how the weather changes from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. The average high today, 73. It goes up to 79 by June 30th. This is, of course, for Utica and Rome. The average low, 52, goes up to 58 by the end of the month. And also, too, the daylight, as we are in the brightest time of the year, well, it doesn't change all that much. We do hit our earliest sunrise of the year coming up in the next 2 weeks. That's at 5:20 a.m. We also have the latest sunset of the year, which is 8:44. That happens towards the end of the month. Again, we get the brightest and longest days here as we head towards the summer solstice. Our sky watchers, Whitesboro 76, Micah New Hartford 79, Norway Donna with 78 degrees, and Mark in Milford checking in with 72. Radar and satellite image, high pressure in control of our weather. The weather stays warm for the next couple of days, and again, it's going to turn increasingly more humid. Tonight, open up the windows, cool off the house. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. It's a very warm day tomorrow, highs in the mid-80s, a slight chance of a pop-up shower or storm. Most of us should escape that. Tomorrow night, warm and muggy, overnight lows in the mid-60s. Showers will be coming to an end, by the way. Wednesday looks dry with high temperatures in the mid-80s. Beyond Wednesday, a big change of the weather pattern, and it starts on Thursday as a strong cold front arrives. Mostly clear tonight, a low of 58, a warm, humid day tomorrow, an isolated storm, 86 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Widespread showers and storms on Thursday. Those are generally in the afternoon. Scattered showers will follow as low pressure sets up. A very slow-moving weather system will impact our weather for multiple days. It brings in cooler weather with it. It's not a complete washout here. We're talking about scattered showers, even some peaks of sunshine too, but noticeably cooler and breezy with high temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We'll be right back.
Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Very warm evening here in central New York. We've noticed the humidity coming up too. 79 degrees the current temperature. If you're heading out this evening, maybe going for a bike ride or a run, just make sure you stay hydrated because, again, it is warming up, and this warm weather is going to stick around for the next couple of days. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry. We are tracking warm weather for the short term, but a significant pattern change is on the horizon. It begins Thursday with a strong cold front, widespread showers and thunderstorms, and that pattern is going to produce much cooler weather ahead, along with chances for rain as we head into the weekend. This evening, again, warm, a bit humid, very summer-like, temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Again, tracking some summer-like weather for the next couple of days before things change in a big way. I'll look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
There is a boil water advisory right now in the village of
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. Very warm conditions out there. We're noticing the humidity rise as well. This is live looking downtown Utica, a temperature of 77 degrees. The weather over the next 2 days looks to be very warm, and it does turn noticeably more humid. The humidity not super high, but it will become less comfortable here over the next 2 days. Looking at dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. If you have the air conditioner, it's going to come in handy tomorrow and Wednesday. Later this week, though, the weather cools down. A little natural air conditioning as we head into the weekend. Much cooler weather ahead. If you're looking to get the lawn cut, and if you can tolerate the warmer temperatures, tomorrow afternoon as well as Wednesday are pretty decent days, although tomorrow there's going to be a slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm. It's better to get the lawn cut earlier in the day. Thursday is a no-go. We're looking at widespread wet weather. Showers, thunderstorms look to be an issue, especially later in the afternoon. Our MoCast, by the way, is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Our Skywatchers checking in this evening. A lovely day. Micah New Hartford 79, Barneveld 77, Curtis 78 degrees, Jeff and Mohawk 78, Paynes Hollow Frank with 75 degrees, and Skinnevis with 82. High pressure in control of our weather for now. This will continue to bring summer-like conditions to our area. This area of rain out in Wisconsin is a cold front. That is going to be the beginning of some big changes in our weather as we head into the end of the week. Tonight, looking at mostly clear skies. Open up the windows, cool off the house. Overnight lows drop down to the upper 50s. Looking at sunshine, a mild day tomorrow, very warm in the afternoon, a slight chance of a pop-up shower or storm. High temperatures in the mid-80s. Very warm tomorrow night, a good night to run the air conditioner. Overnight lows in the mid-60s. On Wednesday, the weather looks pleasant, warm, temperatures in the mid-80s. After a cold front arrives on Thursday, we're looking at a big change in the weather pattern. The jet stream is going to drive south, and it's going to draw in much cooler weather, along with clouds and showers as we head into the weekend. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 58. Tomorrow, a warm, sunny day, slight chance of a shower storm, 86 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Thursday is when the weather starts to change. Showers, thunderstorms, 77. Cool, cloudy, wet. It's not going to be washout wet, but we'll have some on and off showers here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, along with breezy conditions. Not a fan, Kristen?
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Let's enjoy the sunshine while we have it. Bill,
Yeah.
thank you. Still ahead here on News Channel 2 at 6.
Forecast tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Good to see you. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, nice weather. Actually getting a dry weekend. Up until like Sunday evening, it rained for 5 minutes.
Exactly. So I
Yeah.
think that's a 100% win in my book.
Yeah. So we're tracking some pretty nice weather here over the next couple of days. This was a sunset taken right outside the TV studio.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really nice sunset. Feeling a lot more like summer these days as temperatures climbed into the upper 70s to near 80 today. We are going to continue that climb over the next 2 days. We'll make it into the mid-80s tomorrow and Wednesday with increasing levels of humidity. On Thursday, a strong cold front arrives. This produces widespread showers and thunderstorms, and it knocks the temperature down. We're looking at a significant shift in the weather pattern, much cooler weather here towards the end of the week. Our current temperature, 68 degrees, clear skies, comfortable. You can leave the windows open going to bed tonight. We're looking at dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're expecting overnight lows to drop into the upper 50s, so pretty comfortable night across the area. Again, we're tracking a couple of warm days ahead before things change. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. There is a boil water advisory right now.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A pretty quiet night across central New York. There's a live look in downtown Utica. A temperature of 69 degrees. It's getting more comfortable out there. Skies are expected to remain clear and we stay dry. Here's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. June's changing weather. We finally turned the calendar into June, the beginning of meteorological summer, the 3 warmest months of the year. Official summer begins in a couple more weeks. The high temperature from June 1st to the 30th goes from 73 to 79. The average low goes from 52 to 58. And this is the longest daylight of the whole year, the month of June. Our earliest sunrise happens right around the second week of June at 5:20, and our latest sunset happens towards the end of the month at 8:44. Again, our summer solstice just a couple of weeks away. The air conditioner forecast, well, you're going to need it for the next couple of days. Temperatures are expected to be in the mid-80s, but you can give the air conditioner a break as we head into the weekend with cooler weather on the way. Good mowing weather over the next couple of days, although there is a slight chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. Get the cut in before Thursday. That's our next chance of rain, and we're going to get into an unsettled weather pattern, so I recommend getting a lawn cut no later than Wednesday evening. Our Mowcast, by the way, is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. High pressure and control of our weather, that will be the case for the short term, but this cold front to the west will eventually catch up with us as we head into the end of the week. Clear skies tonight, overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. Beautiful day tomorrow, warm, slightly humid, a slight chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, high temperatures in the mid-80s. We're generally looking at quiet weather tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday, also quiet weather, partly sunny skies, temperatures climb into the low to mid-80s. A significant change in the weather pattern is expected as we head into the end of the week. Low pressure drops in from the north. It rearranges the jet stream, bringing cool, cloudy, and generally wet weather to our area as we head into Friday and beyond. Mostly clear tonight, low of 58. A beautiful day tomorrow, an isolated storm, a high of 86. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, partly sunny Wednesday, 85. Widespread showers and storms Thursday, 77. A ride for missing children on Friday. It does look wet, some showers around 71. Cool weather over the weekend, more scattered showers with highs in the upper 60s. We'll be right back.
First look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Beautiful sunset right outside here, our studios. Today.
Yes, we captured this beautiful scene here. This was about 8:15. Should have a couple of nice days ahead. Unfortunately, the weather turns, and it looks like it's going to be wet here as we head towards the end of the week. But again, enjoy a couple of nice days ahead. It's going to be very summer-like here tomorrow as well as Wednesday. Have a look at the temperature trend here. 86 for the high tomorrow, 85 on Wednesday. There will be some humidity to go along with those very warm temperatures. Thursday is the day where things start to change. A strong cold front moves in, and it gets much cooler as we head into Friday and Saturday. The weather also turns unsettled. Looks like we're going to be dealing with some rain showers throughout the end of the week and into the weekend here. So again, big changes ahead. Current temperature 64 degrees. It's comfortable outside. You can open up the windows, cool off the house, give the air conditioner a break. Looking at dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Overnight lows are expected to fall into the upper 50s tonight under mostly clear skies. Again, tracking a couple of warm days before things change. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. There's a boil water.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It's comfortable out there this evening. Temperatures are in the mid-60s, clear skies, dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We've now turned the calendar to June, and I wanted to take a moment to take a look at how the weather changes typically in central New York. The average high on June 1st is 73. By the end of the month, it's up to 79. The average low, 52, becomes 58 by June 30th. This is the month where we have the most amount of daylight. Our earliest sunrise takes place in about 2 weeks, and that's 5:20 a.m. is when the sun comes up. The latest sunset, 8:44. That happens towards the end of the month. We're getting closer and closer to the summer solstice, just a couple of weeks away. You're going to need the air conditioner as we head towards summer. It's going to be very summer-like over the next 2 days with high temperatures in the mid-80s, but looking ahead, there is much cooler weather on the horizon, and the air conditioner will be getting a break. Get your lawn cut. If you need to get it done, I would highly recommend doing it sooner than later, because we are going to be getting into a wet weather pattern beginning Thursday, which could last through the weekend. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. The humidity is going to become a lot more noticeable over the next couple of days. It's humid through Thursday before the humidity starts to drop beginning Friday. We've got high pressure in control of our weather for now, but there will eventually be a cold front that catches up with us as we head into Thursday, producing some big changes in the weather. Tonight, clear skies, overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. It's beautiful Tuesday, plenty of sunshine, a slight chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. High temperatures in the mid-80s. So, looking at pretty quiet weather tomorrow night, and there is more sunshine expected on Wednesday, mild temperatures with highs in the mid-80s. Looking ahead, the weather pattern changes. By the end of the week, the jet stream drives south, producing something called a trough, which is a very favorable pattern for cloud cover and on and off rain showers here as we head into the weekend. Mostly clear tonight, low 58. Beautiful day tomorrow. Again, small chance of a pop-up shower storm, 86 for the high. Partly sunny on Wednesday, 85. Widespread showers and storms on Thursday as that cold front arrives. Some scattered showers, much cooler weather as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with highs only in the upper 60s. We'll be right back.